Live and direct, Columbus, Ohio, Midwest in the building. Take it on to my world a little bit, baby. You know how it go. I'm a problem starter with anybody. Body any bigger skinny, bring it to everybody. Call me crazy, maybe lazy, but never call me sloppy. Cause when I do it clean the whole lobby. You see me rollin' dip, pick up and grab your chips. Cause when I come, I'm coming probably to start some shit. AKs with extra clips, handguns with hollow tips. Tipping that Henny bottle, blowing on that Sherm stick. Got stripes as a type, nigga, you ain't earned shit. Started fights, buck fights. So I started out, I don't know, man, hard times right here. This really what made me who I am. Coming up out here, man, we ain't really had nothing but each other. You know what I mean? Coming up early, you know what I mean, late 80s, early 90s. You know what I mean? That was like a hard struggle. That's when crack really hit this motherfucker. It took everybody's family. You know, it was like the new drug of choice.
To be the home of the brave in the land of the free for me. But they don't really care about me. I'm nothing but a N-I-G. G-A, they say, still a slave.
My mother started smoking, you know what I mean, my stepfather. They had started getting high. I think it was like, I was like 10 years, it was like 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? And it took him for a loop. I mean, we went from hella presents under the Christmas tree to a pair of Voyets and a Voyet basketball, man, you know what I mean? Just that struggle shit. And a bunch of Cherry Newsy books and shit like that. It really like affected me, man. Like a lot of people out here really pretty much know me because my mom's house, nigga, was like the hub.
He tell me about times when his mom be gone, whatever. Be gone for a minute. He just be out there like, yeah, well, we was just out there doing this and that and wasn't nothing in the house. They call them geekers down in the sea out. You know what I'm saying? Well, back then they did, you know, geekers running all through the crib, this and that. And it was just fucked up. Tom went through a lot, man.
We had a quarter and a double. Half a double was like the quarter. You know what I mean? Got the smokers in the basement, the hookers upstairs, and the Dylan in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So it was kind of fucked up. But where we was off limits. That was the living room. So it was basically like a no problem, no brainer, you know what I mean? I ain't have a lot of problems. I had a lot of respect from a lot of old heads. So it just helped me survive through that shit.
By the time I was 10 years old, my mom got strung out like real heavy, you know what I mean? Like 9. Transition from 9 years old to 10. She was gone, you feel me? And then that's when Children's Services became like family. Them motherfuckers was coming every 2-3 days, coming up to the school, coming to the house. They was doing everything they could take us for my mother. But we, you know, held on. She held on because we was smart, man. We used to lie to them motherfuckers. Where your mom at? We ain't seen her in like 2 weeks. We be like, man, she went to the store. They be sitting there waiting for her to come to the store. We like, she went to the grocery store. Cause they be looking like, ain't no groceries in here. Where the food at? My mom went to the grocery store. Well, ain't no food. Yeah, it is. Canned goods, everything in here. You know, we swindled it all the way till about, I was in the 8th grade. You know what I mean? And, you know, SWAT ended up hitting our house like 2 times in 1 week. And Children's Services was not having it.
But it took my family down, man. My mama was strung out till I was like 17 years old, from 10 to 17, and she was like one of the main smokers of the north side and east side. So it was, you know, but God saved my mama, gave my mama her life back. She ain't ever fucking picked up a cigarette, let alone a rock.
I ain't got no money, I ain't got no dough. So don't blame me when I load up and go for what I know. The streets got me so. Teardrops on my pillow, high off of endo. A nigga can't cry no more.
Crack kill families, my nigga. Every rock I sold killed somebody's mama. Daddy, sister, brother, you know what I mean? They just do automatically. So I just really did it to really feed my family. And I was like, I'm the oldest boy out of my mama's household. And you know, I'm like the oldest boy, so it was like, man, my mama gone. My pops stepped out of my life early.
Well, in the beginning, see, I wasn't mostly in my kids' life at that time, man. I was more worried about me, having fun about me than anybody else. And then I didn't miss most of his childhood.
Being young like I was, it was like a stressful thing to kill your childhood. I was taking care of when you helping your brothers and sisters. My sister was older than me, but she was just as street as I was, but she hooked up with my brother. We should be saying we brothers, you know what I mean? He helped raise me, but that nigga was a G. You know what I mean? He was well respected. And she had babies by him, so she got to live with him. So it was like a burden, because you really don't get to be a kid. See, my life wasn't basketball dreams or football dreams. I really ain't had time. I ran track at school, but shit, I made it to city in the 1600 and the 800, and didn't even get to go because my fucking house got hit by SWAT. And I mean, being young, you so fucking embarrassed about what the next nigga gonna think about or say about you that, you know, I just didn't go out of just embarrassment. So it took a lot of my childhood away chasing these streets. You know what I mean? It turned you to a man too fast.
Coming up, man, it was hard. He told me about times when, you know what I'm saying, SWAT hit his house. You know what I'm saying? He told me about times when shootouts. You know what I'm saying, in the house he had to, you know, he covered up his sister. This is a young dude, you know what I'm saying? He the only man in the house at the time. He didn't have his two younger brothers at that then. So for him to, you know, experience that, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And to hear that music, that make you love it even more. When you know somebody real shit, you love that. You love it, you can relate.
See, on the topic of discussion, as soon as I bustin', got the industry bustin', cause I'm calling they bluffing. Don't believe what they say, only see it as play. Niggas talk about killing, but they don't ever spray. They be delaying when it's crunch time. Got no fear in me, see the whole thing clear through the scope of the semi as I bust from the Jimmy out the window. Let them all go. COG, let them all know how the gang go down when they beat with a hound. 30 round shots, clear that block. Every time that I'm around, nothing but soldiers. That's what generals do. Be a liar if I told you ain't no hoes in my crew. Some niggas pussy, but them pussies never found around who? Me, nigga. Yes, nigga, I'm the L to the brew, the fucking cure to the flu. Hip hop been sick for a minute since the best two dropping the same type shots. Any crew ain't kept it true. Me, I ride for my niggas. That's what riders will do. Some niggas screaming they do it. They done it for who? Nigga, nigga, you fucking with G's. You some pussy, say you pussy, pack your shit up and leave. Leave your record deal behind, homie, relay your G's. Pass it over, boy, you fucking with a soldier. I told ya, nigga, you was fucking with G's. You some pussy, say you pussy, pack your shit up